What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Whiskey Dixon. I'm Sugarbear,
Troy,
and we are drinking Whistlepig Farmstock Rye. I'm already excited. Anytime Whistlepig comes up, I'm stoked. Yeah. No, I've yet to have anything bad from them, and I saw this out in Arizona a couple weeks ago for like $60, and I was like, oh, I'm bringing that back to review because I haven't really seen it here that much. So this is the Farmstock Rye. And
I'm a rye guy.
And I am as well. I enjoy me some rye whiskey. And what's cool about this one compared to the other one we reviewed, which was Piggyback pretty much exclusively was Canadian rye that was just aged on the Whistlepig farm. This is both Canadian rye that they brought back to age on the Whistlepig farm, and actually one of their first runs of their own rye that they've grown and distilled themselves. And what's cool about Whistlepig, they always give you a lot of info. So on the back, we actually get all the exact percentages of the whiskeys that go into this. So
I was looking at that chart and I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so I'll explain it for you and for all the fine folks at home. So 17% of this is a 10-year Canadian rye that's charred in number 3 char barrels. 31% of it is a 6-year Canadian rye, char number 3. But then 52% of this, so the majority of the bottle, is 3-year Vermont rye from the farm itself. So they grew their own barley to make this, distilled it on site, and then aged it in Vermont oak. That is number 4 char, so an even more heavily charred Vermont oak. So what I love about Whistlepig, what they're trying to do is pure like farm to bottle distilling.
Yeah.
They're trying to do everything on site themselves. That's why their whiskeys are not cheap. It's why they are kind of expensive premium whiskeys. This comes in at kind of a low proof. It's only 43%. I wish it was like 45, but I'll take what I can get.
It's a Whistlepig.
It's a Whistlepig. So really, it's a Whistlepig that's not over $100.
Right.
So really, that's all right, exactly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, immediately so enticing. Like,
sweet.
I feel like that sweetness, the sweetness I'm getting here isn't in the Piggyback. And I think it's that Vermont rye. I think that rye they're growing right there on site.
There is a rye heavy smell to it.
But not like a super spicy green rye. It's like a sweet butterscotch apple.
It's like fruitier than most rye.
It's a fruity rye. Which is, to me, it's almost like between like a Speyside Scotch and a rye whiskey, because it's not nearly as minty, spicy smelling. It has like that Glenlivet smell to it.
Mm-hmm. That sweet honey apple. There's also like a kind of a sour apple note to it. Ooh.
Yeah, there is like a sharp sour apple. Yeah, tart. On the palate, I mean, about as smooth as anything. For how much of this is only 3-year-old whiskey, great finish. Great, really developing finish. I'm getting a lot of green apple notes.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of apricot as
well.
No,
I see that. It's not nearly as rye tasting as I thought. Like, it's not minty really or spicy. It's there, but it's super faint. It's very light on the actual like rye spice notes.
And it's kind of overpowering in the end, kind of like a nut finish.
Yeah.
It just kind of sticks around.
That's just, that goes down like...
It's like a nut fruit cake. Kind of.
Yeah, no, that's
minus
not...
the cake, but...
There's like baking spices in it, but it's not the typical really green, intense, piney rye taste that you get from a lot of other rye. Like, there's no like dill pickle notes or anything weird like that going on. It almost doesn't even seem like a rye whiskey to me. Mm-hmm. It's like if you took, like a malt whiskey.
Right. If you took down the rye and elevated some of the other flavors.
Yeah.
I think that's
kind of their goal here too, is really trying to make rye whiskeys that aren't just for like mixing into cocktails and stuff, that don't just have that standard flavor. They're trying to show the flavor spectrum that rye can produce.
Something you can have neat that you won't get out of any other rye.
That's the only way I would drink this. If you mix this into cocktails, you wouldn't taste it. It would lose all of its character. This is a sipping rye. This is really like a really delicate rye. I'm used to more punchy, like intensity.
It's not boozy at all.
Super delicate. Which again, it reminds me a lot of like a Glenlivet, like a Speyside Scotch. Oh, that's just a thing of beauty. It's very floral also on the nose. Orchard fruit, honeysuckle flowers. Not real oaky. I don't get a whole lot of like tannic.
I think the other flavors are taking that over.
I think
if it is there at all.
The focus of this is they want you to know what their rye that they grow on site tastes like
So
fermented. I mean, they had to mix a couple older whiskeys in with it just to smooth it out because, if this was all 3-year, it would probably be kind of rough.
Right.
But considering it's mostly 3-year Vermont rye, it's so nice. Like, it really is just such a smooth, pleasant, delicate, just not at all like your typical American rye whiskey.
Exactly.
It's nothing like a bourbon. It doesn't have that intense oakiness you get in bourbon.
Right. Like I've had 5 different ryes recently, and they've all had the same similar flavor profile. And this is barely evident there, on top of the nuts and the apple and the other fruit notes.
It's light on the rye, like as weird as it sounds, because this is 100% rye, like, but it doesn't taste like it. To me, it tastes like a hybrid between like a malt whiskey and a rye whiskey. I love this.
So good, though.
Yeah,
it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I hope we can start seeing this around a little more. I don't know why. I haven't seen this before till very recently. I was in Arizona and I saw this and I was like, what?
Pick it up.
Yeah,
Pick 'em up.
Bring it home. So, yeah, just a lovely rye whiskey. Just so easy to drink and so delicate. So many delicate, subtle flavors as opposed to like intense spice and oak and mint. Really like this. I feel like Whistlepig makes these kind of whiskeys in an effort to change people's perceptions of what rye whiskey tastes like, and they're spot on.
100%.
Like this is neat. I feel like you could give this to someone who really likes Scotch, and they'll appreciate
pick out
it.
some flavors.
Yeah, like if you're like a Glenlivet drinker or something, piece of candy. Yeah, if you're like a Glenlivet drinker, this is the rye for you. I would say this is like it's like a Scotch. I don't know. It's not like other ryes we've been drinking lately. Any final thoughts here on this Whistlepig Farmstock rye?
No, I think we hit the nail on the head. I've had a lot of ryes. They all have the same taste profiles.
Not
this.
This stands out.
Fella.
Yeah, this is its own thing. I really
That's the thing
like
we
it.
expect from Whistlepig, and they delivered.
Yeah, no, Whistlepig is clearly
They're ahead of the
a step above everyone else. I think in terms of rye whiskeys, they're doing things that I didn't even think were possible. Really, like they're creating new flavor profiles. Changing the name of the game. That's Whistlepig. So if you enjoyed this, check us out on Instagram. Hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave us some fun comments. Let us know if there's any other whiskeys we should try. I'm sure there's a lot of other Whistlepig stuff we need to try. And we probably will because it's pretty damn good. I love everything we've had from them so far. So I'm Sugarbear.
Troy.
We are Whiskey Dixon. Until next time, cheers. Keep on drinking.